How are we doing? So things have thinned out a little bit since Wednesday. Yeah, I'll say. All right. Good.
Working with Adrian Claiborne just closer this year since you signed him. What have you learned about Adrian that maybe you didn't know prior to bringing him?
I think all probably pretty much as advertised. Really professional, hardworking kid, smart. It's a really good teammate. Does a good job. Glad we have him. Really good addition to the team.
He had the Erb's palsy with his arm, and it was really inspired a lot of people just with his ability to play at the highest level with that. What have you noticed from that, if anything, just from watching him perform?
Yeah, he doesn't talk about it. I mean, he just goes out there and works through it. I mean, we all have some things that are better than others. We try to work to our strengths, and I think he does the same thing. It's what all players do. So we all do.
Billy, you've said a few times that you're not shocked with how Jawan Bentley has performed because he's done it like this, at every level. So I wondered, how does a guy like that fall into the 5th round? If he has that proven track record of success, what goes into that?
I don't know. Yeah, you have to ask some other people about that. I don't know.
Okay, but you were, one of them who maybe didn't pick him until the 5th round.
Well, I was surprised he wasn't at the combine. That was surprise number one. It wasn't to save airfare. It's 20 minutes away, so. But that is what it is.
Kenyon Bonner coming in. Would you be comfortable putting him back to return punts this week if that was?
He's on the roster, so all the players that are on the roster will have to make a decision as to how to use those players, whether they're active for the game or not active, and what their role is in the game. So if they're on the roster, then that's part of the discussion.
How's it been working with Fowler and Barner over the last few days?
Good. It's a lot, but Barner has a lot of experience. He's a smart kid. He picks things up pretty quickly. Fowler, same thing. Corey's been 3 teams in a short amount of time, so with less experience. But Barner and Fowler played a lot of football.
Whenever you have a new face on the offensive line, what challenges come along with getting that line to work together as a cohesive unit? Some might have their strengths and weaknesses, but getting to know those together, those nonverbal skills.
Yeah, just reps. Just keep doing it over and over again. Everybody needs to see it the same way. We can talk about it and put it on a piece of paper and even show it up on a screen, but it's different when we're all out there together and something happens, and we all have to see it the same way to do it, however we decide to do it. There's more than one way to do it, but whatever it is, we have to see it and be able to react to it the same way. It takes time, takes high-quality reps. Again, walk through is one thing, but you need to do it at a tempo that's realistic and game tempo and fast reaction times, fast recognition times that we all can see the same thing together and see it right. So that's what we need to do it, a lot of those.
Corey Grant seems to get lost in the shuffle sometimes in the Jacksonville running room. What have you seen from him that makes him such a
Yeah, he's not lost in our shuffle. He's good. He's good. They use him a lot of different ways. He's a very productive player in the kicking game, and they use him on a lot of their gadget-type plays, reverses, and fake punts and so forth. He's been very productive on those. And then offensively, he's fast. He's gotten out in space against us several times, and had the long run in preseason. Had at least three catches against us in the championship game. So he's tough. He runs hard. He's got good skills with the ball as a receiver, as a returner. So this guy, we need to make sure we do a good job on him.
The players dealing with the concussion, obviously there's some uncertainty involved there. Do you have to kind of prepare even up to the last minute for any possible scenario there?
Yeah, well, the protocol is what it is, so we'll follow it and, yeah, take it as it comes.
Are there any good examples of players you've coached in the past who came to you without punt return experience and were good at picking up, particularly how to judge the path of the ball as it's in the air, and learned how to do that pretty well?
Julian Edelman. Never returned a punt before he got here.
And was he, I mean, how long did it take to get him feeling comfortable, particularly, you know, not returning once he has the ball in his arms, but just with knowing where the ball's going to go?
Yeah, it just takes seeing a lot of punts, recognizing a lot of different things that happen, then putting that together with whatever the conditions are, wind, sun, precipitation, so forth, because those are added elements into it. But the spin of the ball, the height of the ball, the way it travels, its tightness or fluttering, if you will, all those play into what's going to happen to it, how far it's going to go, how long it's going to be in the air, how much it's going to drift, how straight it's going to go, and so forth. So takes a lot of, I mean, it comes easier to some people than others, but I mean, in the end, you can learn how to catch punts. You know, I mean, I feel like I can catch punts just because I can know where the ball's going to go. I mean, I might drop it, but I'm not going to. I can pick up the direction. I can get under the ball, and I can, you know. So I think it's going to be a learned skill. I don't think you have to, you know. I don't think you have to have had a lot of experience doing it. I think once you understand where the ball's going to go, where you need to be to catch it, you know, then it's a matter of concentration and being able to catch it. But there are a lot of things. It's a lot harder to catch a punt than it is to catch a kickoff. Those balls travel at a much straighter path, and you don't have the situations that you have in punt receiving where you have +10 or +5 rules, whatever your rules are, and you don't have guys coming down on you. You can catch a kickoff, and you know the closest guy is probably going to be 25, 30 yards away, where punts could be 30 yards away, it could be 3 inches away. So there's that whole element of catching a punt, not just catching the ball, but then making a decision as to how much time or room you have, and how confident you are that the block's going to be made, even though it's not made. You know, the guy's coming at me, but I got a guy blocking him, but he's going to get him before, you know, I catch the ball, and I can't stand there and watch him. I've got to have a feel for that. So I mean, there's a lot of other things that go besides just catching the ball. I don't want to say that's the easy part, but it's certainly something that you can learn and train. All the other things are they happen a lot faster, and the degree of difficulty, I think, gets higher with that.
Are you hinting that you're going to be returning punts on Sunday?
We don't want that. We don't want that.
Have you ever caught a punt when you were younger?
In a game? No. But on a practice field? No, yeah, hundreds of them. Yeah. So I'm saying, I don't think it's you know, it's certainly a teachable skill. And it's a learnable skill. But it's not 3 or 4. I mean, you gotta. It takes a lot of.
Derek Rivers, obviously, scratched, healthy and active last week.
Yeah, Derek's been out there all year. He's been out there all spring, all training camp. Works hard. He's getting better every day. Really pushes himself. He's made a lot of improvement. He's a good player. Definitely going to help us.
What do you think went into the decision to make him inactive last week?
It's the same decision we make every week. Take the players that we think give us the best chance to win based on the game plan, situation, circumstances of that game. That's never going to change.
Bill, how realistic is it in the idea that when you have a skilled position player who arrives late that you can have quote-unquote a package of plays for him, small package in a game week, and what would the thought process be in deciding whether that's something you want to do?
Just that, really. That's what you want to do. Yeah, you could do. I mean, look, offensively, you can do whatever you want. You have the ball. Defensively, you know, it's a different ball game. They can do whatever they want. You don't know what that is. So if you have the ball, you can call whatever play you want to call. You can hand it to a guy. You can run to him, run away from him. You can put them on whatever route you want to run them on one route and not another one. So it's totally your discretion offensively. You can do whatever you want. You have the ball. I mean, you have to deal with some things that could happen on the play, but I mean, you have control over that. Defensively, you don't have any control over anything. You don't have control over it's a run, pass, which way it's going. You know, you might have control over who's in the game if you're only substituting in a certain situation, but in the end, you know, it's defensively you're in a whole different ball game. So yeah, you put a package together for anybody. I don't think that's a problem. Problem is how big's the package and how many variables do you put with it, and how many variables are there on the other side of the ball that come with it. Now you're talking, you know, now the numbers get up there.
To punt returning, you talked about the decision making that one has to have returning punts. In your experience coaching, do you find that good punt returners, those decision making skills are more innate, or obviously something that can be improved upon, but are those quick decision making more like something that a player has innately?
Yes, I think there's an element of that, sure. Look, some things come more naturally to some players than others, or all of us, whatever it is. We all have skills. Some things are easier than others. I think that's the case in anything, whether it's sports or anything else we do. So, but that being said, I think no matter who it is, you can improve and they can learn and they can get better at it now. Whether that's better than somebody else, then that's, you know, that's a whole other discussion. But yeah, but there's certainly an instinctiveness to it. A lot of that comes when the ball's in the player's hands, the judgment and so forth. It's, you know, some of that's learned the hard way.
Helps Lawrence Guy be a disruptive force in that interior?
Well, Lawrence is a very experienced player. He does a good job of recognizing all the little things that that good players do in those interior spots. So he doesn't get fooled very often on the different types of plays that teams run to try to, you know, they run one play and then they run another play to complement it, and good defensive linemen are able to figure out the difference and not, you know, react properly. He's got good strength, good playing strength. You know, he moves well, plays on his feet. He's not on the ground too much. Does a good job transitioning from the running game to pass rush on play action passes, just things like that. So a lot of that's experience and just, you know, strength and athleticism.
What type of progress have you seen from Sony Michel since he came back to practice a few weeks ago?
Yeah, he's better every day. And he missed a lot of plays in training camp and the training camp practices. And he's gotten more of a chance to be involved with those more recently. And each time he runs them, he sees something a little different or reacts a little bit quicker or whatever it is, and just gains more confidence by doing something, you know, multiple double-digit times instead of just a couple times. And so he's reacting quicker and being more decisive.
Is it difficult for running backs to miss the whole preseason because they miss out on the element of facing contact when that's not really something that happens in practice?
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's pretty much the case for a lot of running backs. I mean, you see a lot of running backs don't carry the ball much in preseason. Now, those guys have carried the ball a lot at other points, you know, maybe in previous years, or I don't like Barkley. I don't know how many times he carried in preseason. Yeah, so I mean, but yeah, I think that's not. Look, it's something that those guys have to deal with, and they've dealt with it a lot, you know. Sony's had a lot of carries. He's been hit a lot. Does he have to get used to it and happen to him again? Yeah, of course. But I'd say the bigger part of it for him is the offense, the assignments, the decision-making, the timing of the blocking, and timing of his running with the blocking patterns and so forth. So, and that's what we're going to do. We're not going to do a lot of live work in practice, so he'll have to get it during the game.
Okay, final question.
But no different receivers. I mean, they don't get hit after they catch the ball in practice, and get hit after they catch the ball every time in a game, unless they get out of bounds. So that's, you know, that's part of it too, that you just, you know, you build into, and it's part of what this part of the season is for. Guys get more of that than they've had in the last 6 months.
Final question. No final question?
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
Guys, we'll, because of the concert setup, we'll walk out today.